everyone, this is your math guru. In this video, I'm going to show you how to factorize the following algebraic expressions by taking out the common factor. Please don't forget to click on the like and subscribe button below for more easy to understand math concept. In the first example, we have 42x squared y squared z minus 14xyz squared plus 77x cubed yz. To start with, we need to find out what the highest common factor for the whole numbers are. If you're not sure how to do that, check in the link in the comment section on how to find the highest common factor of any set of numbers. For this example, we have 42, we have 14, and 77. The highest common factor for these three numbers is 7. And if we divide through by 7, we have 42 divided by 7, that's 6. 14 divided by 7, that's 2. 77 divided by 7, that's 11. If you check the answers, we don't have any factor that is common except 1. Therefore, 7 will be our highest common factor for the three numbers. That means we have 7 as a common factor. Also, we need to check all the variables to figure out the common factor. The trick is to pick the variable with the lowest exponent. So if we start with our x, we have x squared, we have x and x cubed. X with the power of 1 is the lowest, so therefore that will be our highest common factor for our variable x. If we check for a variable y, we have y squared, y, and y. Y to the power of 1 will be the highest common factor for the variable y. And if we check the z, we have z for 42, we have 14 z squared, and then z. Z with the power of 1 will be the highest common factor for the variable z. We open a bracket. Now, to know what the answer will be after factorizing, we'll divide each term by 7xyz. So to make that easy, I'm going to write 42 x squared, which is the first term, y squared z divided by 7xyz minus 14 xyz squared divided by the same factor xyz plus we have a 77 x cubed yz divided by 7xyz. Note that you need to apply your laws of exponent here. That will be, we have 7 in 42 already, we did that here. That will be 6. So we have that as 6. I'm going to write that properly. Then x2 divided by x, that's 2 minus 1. It cancels the square. Likewise, y squared minus or divided by y. What I'm doing is I'm applying the laws of exponent to see if you have y squared over y, that will be y2 minus 1. So far the base are the same. If you're dividing, you subtract the exponent. So that will leave you with y with the power of 1. So this cancels, and it cancels the power. Then z divided by z, you're left with 1z, or 1. So for the first term, after dividing, we have 6x y without the z, because z divided by z is 1. Minus, then we go to the second term, 14 divided by 7, that's 2. X divided by x, that's 1, so that's out of it. Y divided by y, that's also 1, so that's out. Then we have z squared divided by z. 2 minus 1, we have an invisible power of 1 here, that will be 1. So we are left with 1z. So write z here. Plus the last term, 7 divided by 7, that's 11. X cubed divided by x, that will be x 3 minus 1 There's an invisible one here. We're left with x squared. So I have x squared. Y divided by y, that's 1. Z divided by z, that's 1. So the answer is, after factorizing, by bringing out the common factor, we have 7xyz in bracket 6xy minus 2z plus 11x squared. Let's look at the second example. In the second example, we have minus 9a plus 3b minus 6ab. If you check the variables, they all don't have the same common variable. We have a for the first time, we have b for the second time, and ab, so they don't have a universal common variable. So we move to the whole numbers. The whole numbers are 9, 3, and 6. To find the highest common factor, we have 3, 3, 9, 3, 3 in 3, 1, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. We are left with 3, 1, and 2, whose common factor will be 1. So therefore, the highest common factor for this set of numbers is 3. So we take out 3, and because 3 is the only common factor we are taking out, we're going to divide each of the terms by 3 to know what we have left. We have 3b over 3 minus 6ab over 3, close bracket. Therefore, our answer will be, we still have our 3, which is the common factor, in bracket, minus 9a divided by 3. 9 divided by 3, that will be minus 3a, plus 3 divided by 3 is 1, so we are left with our b, minus 6 divided by 3, that's 2, then ab. That's our answer. In the third example, we have it's a in bracket, 3b minus c, close bracket, plus 7c, open bracket, c minus 3b. If you look at the two terms, we can see that the common term or expression is a 3b minus c and c minus b. However, the value of 3b here is positive, while the value of 3b here is negative. Likewise, c is negative here and positive here. To make the content of the bracket the same, what we're going to do is to change a sign or take out -1 such that it alters the content of this bracket. What I mean is, I'm going to explain or illustrate here quickly. I have plus 7c in bracket c minus 3b. I want to change the content of the bracket to 3b minus c. That will be taken out or using -1 as a common factor. So as soon as I change my 7 plus 7c to minus 7c, it's going to alter the contents in the bracket. It will make my 3b positive, so I have 3b, and make my c negative. So going back to the question, I have it's a in bracket 3b minus c. If I change or take out -1, I have minus 7c, the sign changes, and the content of the bracket changes. The signs are swapped. Now, you see that we have the same content in the bracket, which means a common factor now is 3b minus c on my left and 3b minus c on my right, which is the expression. So that's what I'm going to factor first. That's 3b minus c. I open my bracket. What am I left with on my left? I have 8a and minus 7c. Or if I go through the long route, I still have my 8a in bracket 3b minus c divided by my factor, which is 3b minus c, minus 7c in bracket 3b minus c divided by my factor, which is 3b minus c, close bracket. Then I have 3b minus c in 3b minus c, that's 1. 3b minus c in 3b minus c, that's 1. My final answer will be 3b minus c, in bracket, I'm left with 8a minus 7c. Let's look at the last example. In my last example, I have minus 70c cubed b squared plus, in bracket, 7a squared c cubed b all raised to the power of 2 minus 35a squared b squared c. Before I start taking out the common factor, I need to get rid of my square as shown. Therefore, applying the laws of exponent, I have minus 70 c3b squared plus 7 squared, that's 49, a squared raised to the power 2, that's a to the power of 4, c3 or cube to the power of 2, that's c6, then b to the power of 2, that b squared, minus 35 a squared b squared c squared. If I go to the whole numbers, I have 70, I have 49, and 35. The highest common factor for these whole numbers will be 7. I have 7 in 70, 10, 7 in 49, 7, 7 in 35, that will be 5. So therefore, 7 is my highest common factor. If I take on my 7 as one of the highest common factor, then I go to my variable c. I have c cubed, c6, and c2. Remember, I'm going to take the variable that has the lowest exponent, so that's c squared. Then I go to my b. I have b squared, and b squared. So that will be b squared. If I go to my a, the first term, minus 70c cubed b squared, doesn't have a, so that's not common. So therefore, I have my minus 70. Remember, I'm going to divide each term by my factor, or my common factor, b squared divided by 7c squared b squared plus 49 a4 c6 b squared divided by 7c squared b squared minus 35 a squared b squared c squared over 7c squared b squared close bracket. That will be, I have my common factor, which is 7c squared b squared in bracket. For the first term, minus 70 divided by 7, that's minus 10. C cubed divided by c squared, 3 minus 1, that's 1, so I'm left with c to the power of 1. Then b squared divided by b squared, that's 1. Then I move to the next term, 49 divided by 7, I have 7. I don't have a as a variable at the bottom, so my a to the power of 4 remains a to the power of 4. Then c6 divided by c squared, 6 minus 2, that will give us c4. Then b squared divided by b squared, that's 1. I go to my third term, 35 divided by 7, that will be 5. I don't have a as a variable at the bottom, so my a squared remains the same. Then my b squared divided by b squared, that's out, that's 1. C squared divided by c squared, that's also out, that's 1. So my final answer is 7c squared b squared in bracket minus 10c plus 7a4 c4 minus 5a squared. Thanks for watching. Bye.